The now vacant seat on the Supreme Court is already setting up a heated battle on Capitol Hill. Top Democrats are promising nothing will be off the table if Republicans vote on President Trump's nominee before the next term in Congress. So, how will the GOP respond? Let's ask Florida Congressman Michael Waltz. Congressman, thanks for being here. Sometime soon, I would suspect in the next couple of weeks, the fight will become who the nominee is. But for now, it's when the nomination comes. How do you respond to the left's charges of hypocrisy? When do you think this nomination should take place?
I hope to see the nomination this week. Look, Will, the president has a duty to put this nomination forward. This is why our voters, I was just with a great group of Florida Republican voters yesterday. This is why they put the president in office to a large extent. It's certainly why they put Republicans in the Senate. And we have a duty to move this nomination forward.
Let me ask you about a foreign policy issue also this morning, and that is the U.S. has reimposed snapback sanctions on Iran, according to Secretary of State Mike Pompeo. Tell us what this does for the United States.
Well, it keeps up the maximum pressure campaign on Iran. This is in response to the fact that the UN right now, with the Chinese and with the Russians in their voting on the Security Council, is refusing to keep an arms embargo on the world's largest supporter of terrorism. The Ayatollahs there have pushed their agenda, pushed terrorism all over the Middle East and all over the world. And we have to keep the most advanced Chinese weapons, the most advanced Russian weapons out of their hands. This will put in place what Secretary Pompeo is talking about, is putting in place the snapback sanctions, the fact that the Iranians continue to build missiles, they continue to weaponize, they continue to march towards a nuclear weapon. Right now, they are on their back foot. I expect when we get the president reelected, they will come back to the table and we will get a better deal, and we will negotiate from a position of strength. Right now, their economy is in shambles. Right. Their currency is tanking. The Ayatollahs are struggling. They can't even deliver a payroll to Hezbollah and to some of their other proxies around the region. So again, that coupled with the Israeli, UAE, Bahrain peace deal has us in a very strong position in the Middle East.
I think one thing that's been illustrated over the last couple of years during the Trump administration is negotiating from a position of strength is
Absolutely.
A good place to be negotiating from. Give me just a moment, Congressman, to set up this story. I find it fascinating. Last week, the Pittsburgh Steelers voted as a team to honor a purported victim of social injustice on the back of their helmets. It was a man who was suspected in a drive-by shooting. One member of the Pittsburgh Steelers, Alejandro Villanueva, chose not to do so, and he put the name of a fallen U.S. soldier, Alwyn Cash, on the back of his helmet. This put the story in the spotlight, Congressman. And from what I understand, you have a bill out to award Alwyn Cash, Sergeant First Class, the Medal of Honor. Would you do us a favor and tell us who was Alwyn Cash?
Well, I want to salute Alejandro Villanueva for stepping up. These are the types of heroes that we need to be celebrating. He's a former Ranger and a West Point grad and a great player. Sergeant First Class Cash was a true hero and epitomizes the Medal of Honor. He ran back into his burning vehicle, which was hit by an IED and exploded in flames. He ran back in while himself covered in fuel and on fire, not once, not twice, but 3 times to pull out his men and to save their lives. And when he got to the hospital, he said, take care of them first before me. Eventually he died. We have this bill to get him the Medal of Honor. And I would really look forward to see the president putting this in the hands of his family. It's so deserving.
He's an incredible American, and it's a great move by you as well, Congressman. Thank you so much for your time this morning.
All right. God bless. Thanks, Will.
Take care.